Welcome to Sunday session, man. I'm very excited to be here with you guys today. March 20th, 2022, man. We about to get straight into it. It's going to be an exciting week this week. I see a lot of big earnings coming out this week. I took a vacation last week, but we definitely back this week and very much excited, man. I see Adobe on the earnings calendar, Nike, Neo, one of my, who all know about them Traeger grills, is coming out on Wednesday. That should be crazy. It's going to be a nice week. It seemed like setting up coming off of last week. So I'm definitely ready to see what this week starts off like. Here go the calendar. Here go the chart. If you're looking at my screen from last week on FinViz, here go the performance chart. And you notice that everything did a nice move. Almost 6% out of Apple, almost 7% out of Microsoft. MasterCard, that is a consistent trade, and we're gonna have to show you guys that also. We just gotta, somebody got to pick up on MasterCard because they're giving out money. MasterCard is at 350. JP Morgan hit the 140. I told you guys once JP Morgan break 135, that is when you start grabbing them 140, 145 calls with time. Home Depot at 240. So overall, the downside is what's been running before. So when oil, gold, UVXY, when all that stuff was green and making money, everything else was red. Now you're starting to see the rotation kick in. Boeing, almost 10% on the week. You see it's at 192.83, almost 10%. So we have to get consistent on looking at what is red. When I ask those questions, when I come on the floor and I be like, what is red? It's a reason, because we have to focus on the red. I understand that it's cool to get the green, but we have to focus on the red. So let's look for some continuation trades. That's what I'm preparing for, is continuation trades, because we may have another nice solid 2-3 days this week of green, where it gives us a nice advantage on taking advantage of some trades. Here go the one-day performance. You see that Apple did 2% on Friday. NVIDIA did almost 7%. You know what I mean? MU did almost, is down, but I'm gonna pay attention to MU. But you see how from the 1 week to the 1 day, what changes, right? So, we got a nice little list. I put together a couple trades where we can, look for a continuation, look for some breakovers, and we can be able to run it up. But I told you guys before, March is not a bullish month. At the end of the day, look at the 1 month performance. March is not a bullish month. This is a reason why you trade on big time frames. I know it can be tricky. Like, oh man, Apple super green on the 1 week, but on the 1 month, a lot of things are still down and not performing. Walmart is up almost 9% on the 1 month. You see Oracle on the 1 month up almost 3%. Oil companies are still up on the 1 month performance. OXY did almost 41% in 1 month. These are huge moves coming up out of the 1 month. So it's a reason why we got to look at all time frames, because if you just go by last week, you'll believe that this is the bullish month that we ever had. And yes, the market performed well for the 1 week. It's one of the biggest moves they've seen since November. But at the end of the day, we got to trade big time frames. We got to still trade with caution and not be so aggressive and wait for these levels to break, wait for the supports to hold, and then still execute on quality trades. Everybody understand that? AMD, I added to the list for the Sunday session, man, for sure. I seen the video making their move, so AMD is kind of the lagger, right? But what we got to be consistent on, and I mentioned this for the last couple of weeks, that every time AMD come to 102, it has a nice little bounce. It bounced off of 102 1, 2, 3, 4 times in the last 2 months, and then it recovered, right? And I told you guys, remember when we had this chart of AMD, and I said, look, I'm gonna wait until AMD break this overall trend, then maybe we can see some more upside out of AMD once it breaks this overall trend. And now we're here with it on the 4-hour chart, looking for a break above 115.36. Once we get above 114.13, this is going to be a double top. If we go retest the 115.36, that's going to be a double top on the 4-hour chart. And once we break above that, my next target gonna be 121.99 and then 129.11. So the trade possibilities, Monday and Tuesday, I'm looking for a 120 call and a 125 call for 325. Once over resistance. So that means if we break above this 115, we're gonna have a nice move. But I remember what double tops bring. Double tops usually bring downside. So if it does go to 115 and don't hold and break, you may see it drop back down to about 102. Hopefully it don't. Hopefully we get that positive move back up to about 121, and then we can be able to trade that 120 call, 125 call for 325, and then have a nice trade for the week. Long-term trades is the 140 call, 150 call for 414. That's buying you a lot of time because I really want to see how it retests that 129 and then that 141. These red lines are all monthly time frames. You feel me? So if you go red line to red line from 102 to 115, possible trades. From from 115 to 130, possible trades, right? But I'm trying to go a little bit further out the 414 with the 140, 150, just in case for these next 2 weeks, we get our retest towards that 130. The 140, 150 is going to cash out pretty well because you got a lot of time on there and the Greek should respond positive to that. So let's see how it go going into this week for AMD. Anybody else got questions on AMD? And you could have.
Was that support resistance one was on? Was it like 115?
So the resistance is 115.36. The support area is 110.36. And the tighter support, which is on the 15-minute chart, is the 113.52. But I just added that in there just in case, we see a small amount of time downside. But it looks like it's flagging. It looks like it's kind of positive. So it really notice how it's 113 and 114, only these little shorter lines. Those are the 15-minute time frames. But we really need that break above 115. And if it does come down to support, that 110 would definitely do it. It'll definitely do.
Okay, so hold on. Let me mute my TV. Okay, so let's say we hit 115.36.
Right.
Is that the immediate entry, or are we looking at 115.50? And how long do we wait?
So once you get above 115, what usually happens that it runs up to 116, and you'll start seeing on the 15-minute chart green bars. As long as we get a solid green bar above 115, like for example, if I pull back once it broke above it before, I'm gonna show you how it looks. So boom, right here. Let me zoom over. Well, you can see it on any time frame, but look, notice right here, right? Notice as soon as it broke above 115 right here, it was a 4-bar setup and it ran straight up to 117. It came back down to 114, but it kept on testing that 117. We really want to just see that type of hold because and then after it broke, it didn't break 117. It kind of came down a little bit more, but that's what you kind of want to see because on that next retest, it kind of ran up to 121. You feel what I'm saying? It was a multiple top. Once it breaks 115, I'm confident that it's going to break out because of the downtrend, overall downtrend break that we have. So it's not going to be the same movement as this one, of course, because, it was fighting. But I believe that it's going to break all the way out once it gets above 115, just because of the overall downtrend break. So you can look at the 2-bar setup, wait for the 10 o'clock rule. Usually the 10 o'clock rule, it does the spike and then come back down around 10:30, 10:45. You're going to notice it because it's going to have a huge green bar, or, you're going to have a 3 king setup, or it's just going to go. But you should be able to notice it on Monday, hopefully, if the market open up green. Now, if it open up red, that might be better for us. You feel what I'm saying? My last Monday was red. And then from Tuesday on, it just kept going green. So Monday gave you opportunity to buy. So hopefully, if it do come out and it just stay steady at 110 like it did before, 110 would be a better entry. You know what I mean? Then you would play that 115 on the retest. But I believe it's going to come out strong. You know what I mean? It depends on, how it moves. But majority of the time, it usually comes out strong after that overall trend break. It usually looks really strong after the overall trend break. I always traded the overall trend break multiple times. This ain't my first time doing the overall trend break move, but this can be positive. You can notice the overall trend break here, and then there you go. And I told you guys last week, it's going to keep bouncing in between there. I think 2 weeks ago, and then we're there now. We're breaking the overall trend. We should be able to see some positive moves. Anybody else? The overall trend break is very important. Like whenever you see a big move, it happens on the overall trend break, and then it usually have a continuation. That's what I'm counting on. That's what I'm banking on, is that overall trend move. So anybody else got a question about AMD? Okay. Facebook, congrats if you guys took advantage. Oh, shoot, somebody, I don't know. I knew it was something on there. I'm trying to get rid of it. All right, there you go. Facebook. So I told you guys once Facebook get above 205, we can look for that nice move higher. So here go that break at 205. Of course, 195, 190, 185 was a good entry area. You see multiple hits at the 185 and the 190 right here. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. So, you notice that's a good support area, right? It almost pulled out to be a consolidation because it really didn't, break below and it didn't hold above. But now you're starting to see this solid bar right on top of that resistance line. That's what I mean by hold above. And this is on the 4-hour chart. But if you go to the 15, that's what I mean right there. You know what I mean? You got a nice consolidation above that line, nice solid green move. And then once it broke above 208, they had a nice push up to above 211. And I found these supports on a smaller time frame. And then now we're sitting at 216. I'm expecting Facebook to go test that 220 this week. So pay attention to that 220 break. If we break above 220, of course, we're going to get 224. But, look for multiple hits at this 220 before it really makes that next move. Usually, if it breaks above this and goes straight to 224, we may see a consolidation in between here before we have a nice breakout. But either way it go, hopefully everybody got in between 190 and 205, where, we found good support and good resistance, right? So, of course, we on Monday and Tuesday trade. That's why I put the 230, 225 for 325, because if it have a continuation and runs up to 224, the 225 going to be super green and the 230 going to be super green. But if it goes up here to resistance and not break it, expect it to come back down to about 211. And then maybe we'll find a little small consolidation on the support. But I believe it's still bullish right now. You see how the 4-hour is setting up. It's definitely bullish on the 4-hour chart. Have a nice little trend on the upside. You notice right here, higher lows that's coming in. So I'm expecting it to have a nice move coming into this week. A lot of people was buying stocks last week because the prices of some of these stocks was at a huge discount. So now you're starting to see things starting to reverse back up, and hopefully we get a nice move up towards 224. So please pay attention to Facebook. The next level is the 220 46 and the 224 42, and the support is 211.59 and 208.11. Monday, Tuesday trade 230 and 225 for 325 expiration date. And then the longer calls, you can get the 214, 250, and 240 calls. That is the longer calls. Now, for the longer calls, we have to break above 224. Then we'll start being able to grab them longer calls. But for the time being, just pay attention to that test towards 224. Everybody understand Facebook? Oh, y'all quiet today. Y'all quiet. I thought y'all was gonna holler at me today.
I need you to repeat that last part on Facebook.
What's up?
I need you to repeat that last part on Facebook if you can.
Oh, so for the longer calls, that's why I said Monday and Tuesday, look for the 230 and 225, because I really want to see what it does at 224.50. But you have to wait for that break and hold above 224.50 to be able to get the longer calls, like the 240s and the 250s. But I really believe once you get above 224, we're going to have a beautiful continuation. But it broke 205 clearly, had a nice move. So if you got them 220 calls, if you reset it and readjusted your expiration date and got them 220 calls, look to cash out on those, my opinion, at the 224, because you never know what might happen. Or 220, the 220 area or the 224 area, because you never know what's going to happen, man. This week may start off super green, give out a chance to sell, and then you may start seeing some downside. But I'm definitely excited to see what Monday brings. And these are definitely just ideas. I'm setting my alerts on all the support areas at the bottom and the top. I mean, so I'm preparing it for it to go either way, but I'm definitely paying attention. Everybody understand that?
Gotcha.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
man, offset.
But that 205 break was crucial, guys, and that's why I'll be pointing those out. Now, I mean, that 205 break was crucial, and when it broke 205, I mean, that's an amazing opportunity for having a nice continuation. Now, I mean, so congrats if you guys grabbed it at that point. I threw in MRK just because we traded that before, and I seen it's trying to make a little move. So I'm paying attention to it. I mean, and these are cheap. I mean, these aren't super expensive. So I know how, some people really don't like them super expensive trades, but now it's above that $78 area. My target is $83.38. Hopefully we get another retest there. On the 1 day, you can notice it's a huge gap, like I said before, between 84 all the way up to about $90 on the 1 day. So I'm still going to be paying attention to that move. It came down to $73 support, bounced there, and had a nice push back up to 78. These are cheap contracts. It's not super expensive, but I was just watching the 414 $85 call just to see what happened if we continue up to 83. Those cash out pretty well. But if we break that 83, we'll definitely have a nice push to fill that gap up. So, I mean, you can throw that on the back burner or whatever y'all want to do, but these are super cheap moves. Slow moves, because MRK took a long time for us to, make that money off it before, but definitely I feel like it's opportunity there. So I'm just put it on the chart, just, paying attention. And that's not, I'm just watching, guys. I'm not jumping off, grabbing MRK. We have some more trades ahead of it, you know what I mean? But I'm definitely keeping that on the back burner. And then here go Cat. I don't want to harp on Cat for too long, but last time Cat was at these levels, it ran up to 230. We traded that call for 318 back in December, and then it did the 230 move in January. Now we're back at that again, where we can see this above 222.88, make a move towards 230. I'm watching the 240 call for 414. Because this is going to be a double top setup. So if we break the 230, I believe that 241 is going to come in, and then that's going to put that 240 call at crazy levels, because this is going to be all-time high for Cat. So if you guys are paying attention to Cat, if you guys took advantage of them Cat trades at 181 or 190 or whatever it did, we're definitely looking at a continuation for Cat. I do see a small little gap here. I'm not too concerned over that one, but if it does come back down to 200, that's another advantage we can take advantage of, because the quality over quantity is always going to be the rule for me. Cat is a quality business that pay high dividends. So until their ex-dividend date, which is on, they only got the January date. When the next dividend date? I got to find a next dividend date. But either way it go, I believe Cat gonna have a nice little move coming up soon, up to that 230. So I'm definitely gonna be watching that 244.14 and that retest towards that 230.34. And then once we break above this 222.88, that's gonna give that a little bit more life, where you could be able to take advantage of that trade up to 230. But again, all-time high 241. This can be huge for Cat. And then that's about it, man. I'm very excited I'm happy for the people that grabbed Cat. Those calls was literally $22 and turned out to be on Friday, $1,100. So, that's very exciting. I love catching them at the bottom. Look at the 1 week call. This is at 181. Look at the 3 king setup on the 1 week. So I'm expecting another big green candle coming in for this week. I'm paying attention to Cat for sure. I think Cat is going to be, one of the ones that's going to sneak all the way up to 240. And, a lot of people are going to be chasing at that point, boosting it up to about 260 before it cool off. But I'm definitely going to be paying attention to this. Got a 3 king setup, multiple hits at the 182.06. Every time it breaks 208, what I told y'all, it's going to run. I said, if it gets above, how many people, go back to, I'm glad I record videos. Hey, look at the videos. I said if Cat break 208, you could do the 220 call. Cat closed at 229.5, right? That's all I gotta say, man. But congratulations on Cat.
Mid-April, Dave, for the next dividend.
Mid-April. So that's perfect. So until April, we may start seeing traction out of Cat, which is going to give us a great opportunity. I swear, quality over quantity, all-time high for Cat was, 244, which was last year around what time? April, May and April. You feel me? So, well, yeah, this May. It hit May 244. So I'm expecting it to run up again. I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't want nobody to miss Cat again. So I'm trying to give y'all a heads up. That 22 cents turned to 1,100. Amazing. You feel what I'm saying? So again, quality over quantity. It's the reason why I'm trading Cat. There's a reason why I'm harping on Cat. Pay attention. So that's it.
So
Anybody
what's
got
a
a
good?
question? Everybody, what's up?
So what's a good entry then for Cat then?
According to the 1 month, 4-hour chart. Let me go back. I believe, and let me look at is there a consolidation in there? Let me see something real quick. I think above 222.88, you could be able to grab Cat. Because above 222, I think it's going to run straight up to 230 like it did last time. This is what happened last time. This is when we traded the 230 calls. Mind you, we had to wait a whole month before these cats to really work out last time, but it ran all the way up to 230 here by January 19th. Know what I mean? So I think above 222 will definitely give you a great opportunity. 222.88.
Hey, Dave, why you got to put that called here in all
I
caps?
agree.
That's QC. What you say? What you say, Pete?
I said, why you got to put that called here in all caps, though?
Oh yeah, because I need people to understand why I do things. You know what I mean? It's the why that matters, right? I mean, you have to talk about the
I'm
stuff
just
on
messing with
red,
you.
man. Like I'm telling y'all, bro. Like, bruh, QC confirmed it for me too. QC was like, man, Cat at 182, 181.
Yeah, he did. I remember
Bruh,
that.
he confirmed it. And then I was just, I know my alert went off, and then QC said something. I swear to God. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, confirmation. Like, because I know QC loved that stock because he traded it with us before. So, I mean, Cat's a good company to trade, man. It pays out big money. And their contracts
And they got
aren't super
dividends.
expensive.
You can buy shares.
And they got dividends. You know what I mean? I told most people to buy Cat at 160 2 years ago. Now, I mean, I'm like, look, if you want to hold shares, I think Cat's a good price at on 160. Sorry about that. At 160. Now, I mean, because Cat is a great company, man. People not really talking about these companies, but dude, infrastructure bill got passed. Why do you think CLF and Cat moving? Do y'all know that? They sneaking, man. These stocks are sneaking around, and no one's really, paying attention to them. I don't want a big moving stock off rip. I want these slow cookers. These slow cookers gonna get you.
Yeah, that's what's pushing AA, FCX, X, STLD, moving up, man.
I appreciate that for sure, man. But yeah, man. Infrastructure bill is out. Quality over quantity, man. These are the best of the best. And then, we just running up from there. So congrats if y'all talked about Cat, man. Lucid. Anybody got questions on Cat? And then I'm going to go back and look at CLF because I believe everybody's sleeping on that one.
Yeah, that one been running too.
No, don't tell them, bro. Don't tell them. I don't want a big moving stock, bro. I'd rather do 1-2% a day. And I'm telling you, at the end of the road, it's going to be different. You want them slow cookers, man. You got to have something in your back pocket. Get the big stocks for them quick trades, but these slow cookers, man, they're going to be there. Let's finish the list off real quick. I ain't trying to harp. Lucid. Lucid's at $25.70. Now, NEO got earnings this week. This is the only reason I'm trying to pull up Lucid because I believe that we may get sympathy out of Lucid. You notice that Tesla's already making a move. Lucid came down to about on 315. Lucid was at support or below support at $21.34. And since then, it ran straight up to resistance. So I'm waiting for that break above the $26 area. I believe that you can buy you a $30 call, which is only 15 cents, man. This is going to be crazy. If Lucid takes off tomorrow, push that to like $33 car at max, but you really want to pay the low price for this one. Because once this one get going and Neo does have earnings on Thursday, so that gives you a lot of time. This one may shoot all the way up to about $35. Now I mean, so but I'm definitely looking at the $30 resistance here. So I'm really trying to trade the 26 to 30. Now I mean, that's resistance back on February 1st. So I'm really trying to play that. You know what I mean? And that's going to give us an overall trend break once it gets above 29. So I'm definitely looking at that $30 call above 26. That's probably be my first plan on Monday with the cat combination type of deal. But I'm paying attention to Lucid just to give you a little bit of sympathy. You notice Tesla is already making a move. I seen that QC had posted a Tesla that he made some money off of. Here go Tesla picking up a new.
I did the straddle when it was at 800 even, like 800 even, and it was just sitting there. I did a straddle, a $700 put, $900 call.
Right, for sure.
$900 call started moving.
Yeah, for sure. And then you notice that, and you notice that Tesla picking up a new uptrend. So this is Finviz. If you guys know how to use Finviz, you notice the higher lows is coming in for Tesla. So that means something, right? I mean, it usually means that we're going to start seeing some movement out of the EVs. So don't forget about what brought you here and what got you to this point. Always lean on the quality business over everything, and don't forget about them. On red days, we need to be talking about quality over quantity. It's tough. I know, I get it. But dude, everybody that bought contracts on them red days, that they hitting because they were so cheap. I mean, these contracts was cheap, man. But either way it go. We look for that $26 break. Let's see what happens once it get above. Again, contracts like $15. This should be a nice move coming up because of the Neo earnings and the Tesla movement. We should get a little bit of Lucid trading. Everybody cool with that one? Nike.
Yeah, Nike had a nice week last week.
For
Prepping
sure.
for their earnings this week.
And just like I said when I first got on here, if y'all want to trade earnings, y'all need to catch these earnings the week before. Like, stop doing same week. If it's on a Wednesday, on Monday, y'all need to be getting the calls. You feel me? Because it's going to make a move. Depending on the quality of the business, it's going to make a move before they earn it. So Nike is already making a move. It did $15, almost a week. Nike came down to as low as 117. I hear too many people talking about Nike at 117, but that's a good whole share price, right? Let's go to the 1 month. Let me show you why this 117 is potent. 117 here, it didn't really hit all the way down to that over resistance of 101, but this was a nice little area back in September where it bounced off of once it broke above it. So that's what we might be getting here now. Know what I mean? So pay attention.
That was September of 2020, right?
Yes, September 2020. It hasn't been that low since 2020. That's an important thing, right? We know that this is a quality business. We know that there's a gap up to about 150 all the way up to 157 on the 1 week. This can be huge. That's why I said do the 150 call, because I believe, especially on a Monday, I'm gonna be honest, I might do a 160 and a 170 because it's a Monday. When you're doing earnings on a Monday and you notice that this is a bullish engulfing, it's looking like it's trying to form here on the 1 week. Let's look at the 1 day real quick. Here go to 1 day. We got 4 big green candles. It's important that on when you get these good quality earnings in the beginning of the week, the Greeks are good for those, right? So you could definitely do a 160, 170. Don't do 170. But either way, if they have earnings and you see this stock go up to 155, break above 145, hit 155, those 160, 170 is going to be green. They're going to be super green. You feel what I'm saying? So even if I seen QC already got the 150 call for April. That's perfect because I think Nike going to have a great earnings. It's Nike. Know what I mean? I think they're going to have a great earnings. Anybody can concur? Like, they usually have amazing earnings all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm going to help their earnings.
Right, exactly. I'm jumping in now. So look for the break above 137. Resistance is 145, but I'm definitely going to be probably grabbing the 150. What you want to see the day of earnings, sideways movement. If it does start breaking out first thing in the morning, which is a huge green reversal candle on the 15-minute, this can be huge first thing. It may start taking off. It may just start taking off first thing in the morning. Just try to get in as quickly as possible. If you believe at 9:30 you start seeing big spikes, or pre-market you start seeing big spikes. But I really want to see consolidation before the earnings. I want to see this move sideways before it takes off. That gives me a little bit of comfort, right? If it does take off, that's going to scare me a little bit. I might just day trade it and call it a day. But if we start seeing sideways movement between 133 and 130, bro, I'm jumping into that 150 for sure. You feel me? I really like to see sideways movement day before earnings or the day of earnings. The day of earnings, you want to see sideways movement. Example of why earnings is very important and how to trade them. FedEx. I don't know how many people jumped into a FedEx play, but here go FedEx on the 8th at 202. Here go FedEx found support on the 215. And this is the week of the earnings, right? From 215, it went from 211 all the way up to 230. This is what you wanted to trade. You feel what I'm saying? There's no way in the world I would stay in the call after making that type of money off of a FedEx trade. Because when earnings came out, look what happened. We had a nice drop off now. Now, FedEx ain't done though. Because look, if anybody know charting, what we see, higher lows, right? So of course,
Nice uptrend.
Nice uptrend. So of course you could play the 230 call, you know, from 217. It filled the gap. It had a little gap up here, but at again, it's holding at this 217 area. It's holding at the 217 area. Look for a retest towards that 230 again coming up soon, if you guys like FedEx. But my example is the week of earnings, which is 215, 214. Notice how it was at 209 and it ran at 230. That's what you want to trade. Now, the day of earnings, notice how this move happened, and then the day of it dropped off because it already was priced in from the move. It was already priced in from the move. Of course, it's going to sell off. The earnings, it was a good earn. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't bad, but people are already taking a profit. You feel what I'm saying? So pay attention to that. That's very important. Know what I mean? Very important. It was $202 on the 8th. We should have been in it here. Honestly, we should have been grabbing them here because we got to be a week ahead of this stuff. We can't be doing week of and then, you know, act like we doing magic. Like with the week before when everything was red, look at these prices, man. And it look like a reverse head and shoulder, if I'm not mistaken. Like this, the head, and like this, a shoulder. Like we may get another boost again. So, you know, this is something to throw out there. That's pretty.
Dave, real quick on that Nike with you were saying April was those 414s, 150, or were you saying weekly?
Well, I was gonna do it weekly because I'm not in it from last week. Last week, them was probably super cheap. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm not in it. So I'm just gonna grab what I can on Monday, roll it over to Tuesday, and then see how it run. You know what I mean?
You were saying 150 for 325.
Yeah, for 325, 150. Lotto. That's straight lotto.
Yeah. Thank you.
Straight lotto. And if you know, if you see it run up, you know, it's the best thing to do is a straddle. So if Monday come and the whole day is run up to 145, I definitely get some puts and some calls. Like I'm scared of earnings. I'm terrified. So I don't like stocks that's moving the day of earnings and still having a continuation. That's what FedEx did. I just showed you FedEx. FedEx was running the day of. I mean,
Dave, we get 150 calls out the gate and it goes to 145. I'm selling.
We out of there. Ain't nothing to talk about. We out of there. For sure, we out of there. Ain't nothing else to talk about. The volatility is gonna be so crazy in that, bro. Like it's a Monday, bro. It's so amazing to have great companies trade or have their earnings on a Monday. That's a lick, man. That's a super lick.
We definitely gotta let people know that, you know, sometimes we just trading off the momentum.
Yes. Momentum. Definitely.
Just because you're grabbing a 150 call don't mean you needed to go all the way up to 150 to take your profit.
That's how you get caught holding the bag.
Holding the bag. That's how you become a bag holder. You feel me? Take money. If y'all don't understand this technical analysis stuff, a lot of people that didn't understand it, starting to understand it now that have been here for a while. But if you're new and you're still trying to get the grasp of this, just make your money. Don't be out here trying to be extra strong. You feel me? Like, y'all don't have to hold things forever. Just make your money. Consistently grabbing a bag is going to teach you, man, I just need to grab a bag. Your home run is good. What's my saying, guys? Make it the first base. You're going to hit the home run eventually. Just make it the first base, guys. Everybody want them big runs like Cat, and everybody want to see them big monies like the video, bruh. That stuff take time. That take a consistency. You know what I mean? So continue to take the bag, and then once you get your home run, then go crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But like QC been trading Cat for a long time. Seahawk Tiger been trading AA for forever. Like, they know their stock. You know what I mean? Find that one that you know that's gonna have good moves at good supports, and then take advantage of it. So real quick, man.
And remember too, whenever Dave's going back to look at when a stock was down at a particular price, he's only going back like a couple months. So take your money, wait a little bit. It's not going to take a long time for you to get another entry.
For sure, for sure. And this is another one. CLF. I know people been having a little problems with CLF. I wanted it above to 2650. Now it's starting to hold a little bit above 2650. I believe it's going to have a nice continuation. This is the only stock that people, I mean, a lot of people not really talking about this stock, but my chart go all the way back from 2013, these next levels that's coming. So above, let's zoom back in. This is the 1 month. You notice all my charting from way back in the day. Now, I mean, back in 2012, 2013, these is the new highs. That's why it was so important to catch these new highs coming in from stocks that's been undervalued for a long period of time. That's almost 10 years of being undervalued. But now you're starting to see these starting to recover. This is a quality business. We first started trading this, it was $11. And then now we're here. I mean, so let's see what happened now that we're on the 1 day chart. You see these big green candles coming in, holding at this 26.50. My next level is $29. That's why I put out the $30 call, $32 call, $35 call for April. That was like 2-3 weeks ago. I don't know, it's been a minute, but either way it go. We already traded the $23 call for $318. Hopefully y'all, I don't know, I don't think nobody even traded it, but those cashed out over 1,000%. Now we're rolling on to the next levels now that we're holding above this 2650. So I'm paying attention to this one strongly paying attention to this one. Cat moves with this. They both complement each other. But this one has not even reached this full potential yet. Still at a huge discount. This can be big, guys. Is bullish on Yahoo Finance, short-term, mid-term, and long-term. And so this is going to be a huge watch. Please pay attention to this, guys. I'm not trying to make it up. I'm trying to tell y'all this can be. I've traded this so many times and made so much money off of this one alone. I did a $23 call, $24 call, $21 call last year. Anybody remember? I've done so many different calls off of this one, man. We're finally reaching the plateau where we about to have we're finally going to get what we need from it. You know what I mean? We used to trade it all the way from 19 to 24 and 19 to 25. You notice all these lines that I had in here. Now we're starting to get a little bit, above all of this. Downtrend breaking. Overall, this is the overall high for the last years, guys. Years. Like, man, I've seen this so many different times. When you breaking on the 1 month chart and overall downtrend, bro, this can be huge. So pay attention to this one, man. And that's an old Sunday session from like 2 weeks ago. I posted this one.
So as of right now, what kind of play you thinking on that?
$30, $32, $35.
All right.
Yep. And notice the resistance from 2013. This is the resistance from 2013. 29.69, 32.86, 35.86. These are the resistances. I mean, that's why I'm doing 30, 32, 35.
Okay.
It got a lot of time on them contracts. They 4.15, 4.14s. But you notice they're not doing big percentages, man. Everybody's sleeping because they're not doing that crazy move. But they're still green on the 1 day. They have 5 green days. This whole week it was green. It's not doing that huge move, but it's giving you green. That's all I need to see.
Shit,
And
it
those
look like
contracts are
last 2
cheap.
weeks.
And I'm not gonna lie, those contracts are deep in the money. They're not. They was cheap. They were like 15 cents for the 35, and I mean $70 for the 32 something. It was a stupid cheap, bro. I'm just, you know what I mean. So let's see what happens. Anybody else got questions, man? I think that's pretty much. Did I cut? Oh, SPY. Man, let me talk to y'all about SPY, man. I ain't see nobody posting no SPY plays. Man. Y'all tripping. I don't know what's going on with SPY, man. SPY was at $114 3 times. How did we miss a $114 move up to $445? Anybody get a SPY call last week?
I ain't even touched spot, man.
Right, that thing went from 419 to 445 in 5 days.
I think Lou and Ken put out some 440s, didn't they?
I don't know, bro.
Look, Lou talking about square.
I don't know, but it broke every level I had set up. It did what it's supposed to do, man. SPY finally broke above that 431. I told you guys every time SPY break 431, do the 435 call. And then from 437, you can always trade the 440 call above 447. I mean, I talked about this weeks ago. But yeah, it did exactly what it's supposed to do. Hopefully, God took advantage of it. On the way down, whenever it breaks that 427 on the way down, you can do the 415 call. On the way up, watch out for that reversal. It has to get above 419, then 431, then back up to 445. It's clockwork. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It's probably the easiest trade out there. You know what I'm saying? This is literally the easiest trade out there. And these contracts was 15 cents. I just want y'all to know that. I ain't trying to, you know. They were 15 cents. Square. Yeah, they said they put some SPY stuff out. Hopefully, so you guys put out a call with an expiration date. Hopefully. Because SPY, that's an easy trade. I'll say it again. Once it breaks above 431, get your 435. And once it breaks above 435, get your 430. I mean, a 440, and then continue it from there. But if it breaks above this 436 here now, go ahead and get your 455. I know it sounds crazy, but I think 455 gonna come if it breaks. I don't think it's gonna break. I think it's gonna come back down or consolidate or something, but we'll see what happens this week, man. I know it looks super bullish, but I really believe that March is not the biggest bullish month ever.
I think it's gonna consolidate too, bro. I think we're gonna come back down. I think what's gonna push us to the 450s, 470s again is when they say this war is whatever this what is it, geopolitical shit is over with.
Yeah, about June, July. I always count on June, July, man. It just seems like June, July is always a good month to trade. When that summer run come in, I think tech always recover around the summertime. Last year around this time, everybody was saying tech is at its low. That's same thing they saying now, man. Tech is at its all-time low, blase, cool. When June, July hit, that's why I told people, somebody asked me the other day, I was like, man, should I start buying stocks? I say last week was a good time to buy stock, probably. You know what I mean? But I believe it's going to get back down to that area, and we may see a little bit more of a dip before it comes back up again. But that's just my opinion. I'm just going off of history. I mean, I may be wrong. You know what I mean? So let's see what happens.
We'll be ready.
Yeah, for sure. Because last year, June, July, man, I damn near put out every call, and they all went 3,500%. And like from that time, that 1 month time frame, they was going crazy. So and it was all tech stocks. You know what I mean? I really put out a whole bunch of tech stocks. Tech is a summer stock. I tell people that all the time. It's not, you can make trades, of course. Like you notice, we can make trades off of Apple or Microsoft as long as you're just catching it at the right time. Don't chase it. Don't go too far out. I mean, like I told one of the homies came on here and said he had a 170 call. I'm like, bro, don't go that far out. You need to go from resistance to resistance. I told y'all if Apple come to 154, you can go ahead and do that 155 or 160 call. You notice what happened once it recovered that 154. It did give you a huge discount at 149. I mean, I don't know why things wasn't laid. I mean, we should have laid out all types of calls at that area. That's a whole share buy area also. But I believe that, it may go test this 166 again. and then come back down about 156. So as long as you're trading it from support to resistance, you should be okay. I mean, if you're overzealous and you grabbing 170s and it's not really ready for that yet, then you kind of risking a little bit. But if you grabbing 170s for like September, August, or July at 149, then that can work also. You feel what I'm saying? But it has to be at the bottom. We can't be, just be grabbing 170s for like 2 weeks out. You know what I mean? At 160. All right, that's crazy. I mean, we need to be making that tighter and taking advantage of it. But if you're getting some long contracts a little bit further out, look for that 154. It's the same areas, man. 154. You know what I mean? It came down below 154 just slightly, whatever. It came to 149, bounced off the what moving average this is, the 50-day moving average. Big green candle on the 1 week. 154, I circled back on January, and it bounced up to about 172. But I don't think it's gonna run like that. Usually Apple does a wedge, just like Tesla. Apple does a wedge or a pendant before it really makes another move. I show people this multiple times. Higher lows, man. This is still a downtrend, guys. You feel what I'm saying? There's still a downtrend. Look at the higher lows coming in. Like, it's still a downtrend. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Until we break and hold above 166, we may get a 170 play, but that's the area it really has to break above. You know what I mean? So let's keep it like that. 154 up to 160. Keep it regular.
Question: when the gas prices was shooting up last couple of weeks,
so gas always moving in the beginning of the year. That's regular. Now gas is starting to cool off a little bit.
Let me ask my question again. Sorry.
Okay.
When the cost of gas at the to fill your tank was going up last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I live over here in Canada. I've never seen these prices.
Right.
Did anything change, let's say, for electric vehicles? Like, did anything move in that area that people were thinking, oh, let's go electric because things are changing, or nothing really happened?
We traded plug, but I think that was more of an earnings thing. Now, I know we have some plug trades out there. I know we have some different.
The EV stocks went up.
Yeah, the EV stocks moved a little bit. It wasn't, super huge, but the EV charging stations, which is plug powered, charging point, all that stuff. You notice it bounced off $22 on the 15th. I mean, it bounced up to resistance. It's not really, they're not doing super huge moves, but they're moving a little bit. It didn't move like the oil companies and the gold companies, but it moved a little bit. It wasn't too bad.
This is just my opinion, but I don't think rising gas prices are just going to make people go out and buy another vehicle. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't think it's going to affect it as much. Now, if it's a long-term thing, possibly, but like Dave said, gas, this is a normal thing. I know it was coupled with the war, so there was a little bit of a little panic there, but I don't think electric vehicles are just going to continue to go up normally just because of their normal growth. But people aren't going to just go out and start buying electric cars because of this.
Yeah, for sure. But let's also say this. Eventually, EV is still going to take over just because of what the laws is being changed in Democratic states. So we talked about that also. And then
absolutely
what Joe Biden was saying, that he wants charging stations in every whatever, like 5,000 charging stations, something like he announced in the beginning of the year. Like EV's coming. But
yeah, they got what 2025 price. I mean, target dates. California really pushing 2030. They want to be rid of gas, and then you got to think that China doing it too. But they already got these dates where they trying to be carbon neutral, carbon free.
Yeah, exactly. So eventually, yes, the EV stuff is going to do what it's supposed to do. So get in a position now with whole shares on the best charging station, EV companies or whatever, where you can take advantage of it. Like, that's why I kept on saying Lucid, man, between $19, $20 is amazing. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's entry price that we got last year before it ran up to 60. So like, that's the reason I keep saying this about EV companies. I'm not super heavy on Chinese still. I'm not, Chinese did cool. Okay, whatever. But I'm not super heavy on Chinese right now. We still got great American companies that's going to eventually start moving again. It's all about, are you in it or not? I don't want people to get caught with their pants down by June or July, either on whole shares or, long-term contracts where they like, dang, I should have. I'm trying to cover y'all bases on a lot of different things early of the quality business where you can see and take advantage of this stuff. That's why I keep on messing with Lucid a little bit here and there. I'm keep on telling y'all about $19 to $20. We're gonna see these bottoms again. Again, March is not the biggest bullish month historic wise. It's going to come back down again. What are we going to do when it come back down? Are we going to not trade? Or are we going to wait for green days, start yelling out a whole bunch of stuff? We need to start being prepared at these supports and setting alerts at all these supports. Because in 2 more weeks from now, if the market go red again and going into April, is at the end of this month, whereas the last week of the month, everything's super red. I don't want nobody to be like, oh, I didn't know. I'm telling y'all, this happens all the time. You know what I mean? So just be prepared. You know what I mean? Get the first 2 weeks of April super bullish, but then the last 2 weeks of April super bearish. You know what I mean? It's just how it flows. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I just want y'all to be prepared for it. But yeah, just to answer your question, yeah, right now, you know, nobody ain't rushing about EV right now, but eventually EV is gonna take over for sure. And oil company is not based only off of, you know, people just buying gas. Like the biggest oil purchasing that's happening is from travel sectors, airplanes, cruise lines. Like those, their biggest customers. There's not, you know, people driving cars.
Yo, David, you talked about Microsoft any? I know we was talking about tech, and I've been looking at the NASDAQ. I was gonna ask if Ken was in here, but I had a 310 Microsoft call that expired next week. I was in profit Friday, so I jumped out of it, but I'm trying to see if maybe re-entry is good. Thinking about the tech sector, man. You know, Square did this thing and all that. So
yeah, fintech looking good. I was gonna talk about PayPal. I had like a little PayPal set up, but I ain't want to touch it too much because you never know, man. You might get that rug pull. A lot of those fintechs is based off of crypto too. So I'm just paying attention, man. You ain't gotta rush nothing. It's gonna work itself out. I see 304.48 resistance, and then above that you got 309.18, but it is looking like it's holding above the 298.82, and this the 4-hour chart. So we may have a nice little move this week, and it's going sideways above that. So that's a good little hold. We may have that 304 hit and then come back down a little bit, but it's definitely looking nice, little bullish. It's looking bullish. The bottom, I got 281, but everything came down to the bottom, which is about 275. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. 275 ran all the way up to about 300. I mean, these prices 2 weeks ago was amazing. Like,
I think it was one day this week, man. The prices was good on everything for re-entry.
Monday. Yeah. Everything was good on Monday. I ain't see too much on Monday, but yeah, everything was good on Monday.
That's where everything reversed.
Everything reversed. Everything went down to support of last month and then reversed right back up. Yep, it did amazing.
I know Ken was kind of talking about that Oracle players, the lottery. I still got faith in it. I think it's a good go.
I like Oracle. I'm surprised Ken would trade Oracle. He hates it. But he know I like it. So I know he's like, yeah, Dave like this.
He was talking about holding over there.
I love Oracle. I think Oracle always have a recovery after their earnings, man. Like they always have a beautiful recovery. Oracle ran up to as high as 103. Then it came down to the bottom about $72. You know what I mean? And now it's reversing back up. It's breaking over $80. So yeah, we should have a nice move out of Oracle soon. Look for that break above 83.60, and then we should have a continuation for sure. I think Oracle gonna perform well.
I agree.
That's a good trade, and it's cheap too. That's an amazing trade. Amazing trade. Good job, Kenneth.
Yeah, that should have been in that.
What you talking about, man?
Oracle.
Man, it's not even done yet.
No, Oracle about to go. It's about to go.
It's still cooking.
Yeah.
Right.
Above 83.60 is that breaking area on the 4-hour, and we should have a nice move out of them for sure.
They were $15.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yes,
it's gonna work. I like Oracle. I mean, that's one of my anybody that know me that remember I put out a lot of Oracle stuff. It didn't work out like I wanted to, but I'm not doubting it. I love it. I think Oracle a good company, man. I told y'all that before. Oh,
It
yeah,
look- it look-
I got that 13-cent entry on that. I bought 10 contracts of it.
for sure.
Nice. They're trying to buy a company. I mean, I just jumped in. Sorry, I don't know if you were talking about something, but
I ain't
they
talking about
tried to
that.
buy. Okay, they tried to buy a company, and I think the company said no. Every time a big company tries to buy another company, the company buying another one goes down for some reason. So that's why they've been down for a minute. But yeah, this play was because of dividends coming up. So let's see how it plays out. I think 82, above 82, 83 you mentioned, we should be swimming.
Yeah, it should be gone. Oracle, a great company overall, man. I think people sleeping on Oracle. But every time they had earnings, man, I was screaming Oracle. Y'all know, man, bruh. I was screaming Oracle at $50. I love Oracle. It ran up to 103. I remember I put out the Oracle earnings call during that. Come on, man. I love Oracle.
Yeah, and it ran up big time. I remember that call.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm glad you reiterated it. That's an amazing trade. That $90 call gonna be perfect. That's gonna be perfect.
I got one more I want you to look at. I grabbed it just because it's a Roblox call. It's long term though. It's a June call. $100. So you check Roblox out for me.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Ooh, Roblox looking ugly on the 1 month. We gotta see some type of green can. Oh yeah, we got bullish.
I'm thinking with that Facebook move with it.
No, for sure. We got a bullish engulfing on the 1 week, and it's breaking above the resistance at $48. Next level is 55. $100. It's gonna take time to get there, but I think it's possible.
It's June. I don't even want to get to $100. Like I said, it's June. It's already up because of I got it at that bottom.
Right.
So it's already green. You know, I could take my little 30%, my 40%.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like that 70, like how you got that 71.
Yeah, 71. Yeah, that's it. You called it. That's $71. That's a resistance to break above.
Middle of May.
Yeah. If we break above that 71, we may be on. I know a lot of people buying Roblox for long term. And now that the metaverse talks is going on, I definitely believe it's gonna be crazy.
Nah, I can't give up on it because I got kids, man. And kids love that stuff, man.
I know everybody keeps saying it's a great game. I never even seen it before. I seen the little video with the Squid Games when they did like a little Squid Game thing, but that was about it.
My daughter's playing that shit all the time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, man. Anybody else got any stock, man? What we got? I mean,
Yeah, Dave, I got one.
Let me.
Hold on.
Oh, okay. You go, sir. You go.
All right, appreciate it, Ken. Ford. I got in the Ford call. I was hoping it was gonna go down. Wanted to get in some whole shares, so I sold a naked put. So I'm not down on the option, but do you think it'll come back down to get to that $15 level entry? Or
yeah,
it seems to be running now. I don't know.
Let's go look back at the right here real quick. So this is the 1 month performance on all of these stocks. I still believe that things are going to drop. I still believe. I understand it looks good, but this ain't the time for stocks to be going crazy. If we got a good week, we got one good week out the month, guys. Are we still bullish? Are we super bullish? You feel me? That's why I look for a couple stocks that got trend breaks, and I got a couple little information behind, but I'm not going all in on everything right now because I'm telling y'all, we made all our money. It was the setups from June and July. That was the setups that we was hitting on. That's what I'm leaning on again. But yes, I believe after all this running, that it may run up to $18.34. Now that we're breaking above 16.56 on a 4 hour, and then I'm gonna wait for it to come back down again. But I think these lows is gonna show itself again between this month and next. And then we'll be back at square one and then getting in better positions. But hopefully we have enough conversations where I can convince people to really have full conversations around red days, where we can really understand like why are we buying them on these red days? Because I think the market's gonna, give us some entries.
Yeah, I noticed on a lot of stocks, RSI.
I got a question about gold, GLD. Like I got a 200 call for 414. I bought it when it was low. I think at like the 178, 175 entry.
Yeah, 178 is that bottom. Resistance is 181. Now that we broken below 182. I told everybody be patient with gold because we had a big run. Whenever you see that big run happen, it's going to have to cool off. Let it find its consistency around a good area. It look like listen, when the market go red, gold, oil, UVXY is going to go green. They're not done. Gold is not done. Let people, you know, honestly, it's not done. These are all-time highs from all the way back in forever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, just let this green, it look like, you know, everybody going crazy for this green, let this pass. And once the markets start going red again, watch these gold trades come right back up. I mean, for sure.
We're going to go for another one.
Huh? What is that?
Man, look, disclaimer, Russia is still a powerhouse. All they gotta do is drop one little bomb somewhere.
Man, bro.
The market is going to go crazy and tank. Like, it ain't even gotta be that serious. Russia can do something else. But Putin, man, I wouldn't put it past him. So it's a lot of, like I said, a lot of politics stuff going on right now.
Yeah, a lot of politics. We just getting a nice little glimpse of people where they're buying at. That's all you've seen this week, that big shareholders or big hedge funds are buying at these areas. That's what you've seen. And the area that they bought on was on Monday. And that was the bottom. That was the bottom. That's all you've seen so far. Know what I mean? They do this all the time. They be throwing people off, man. I'll be telling y'all, they all buy it. They buy their stuff at the same time. They buy it at the bottom. They're not waiting for it to recover or nothing. They're doing the same technical analysis, but they're doing it on a bigger scale.
Half the time, when they telling you don't buy it, that it look like it's gonna go lower, that's when they buying it.
Yep, for sure. I believe that gold gonna fly again, oil gonna fly again. Everything gonna do what it's supposed to do. But when you see any type of stock make a big run like gold ran, it poses to cool off. This is what they're supposed to do. Let them cool off. Let them cool. That's why we rotate right into other things. And then come back again. Now, I mean, it's gonna do what it's supposed to do. If we see a double bottom at 178, we definitely gonna get that goal right. Know what I mean? I'm just letting it cook, man. But you gotta stay ahead of the game. That's why I always be saying, man, what's red, man? That'd be the crazy. That's the reason I'll be questioning people. Like, bro, what is red? Like, we keep on running towards what's green. Let's find out what's red for a little bit, where we can actually make that big move. It's important to have that rotation in mind at all times. Always have a rotation in mind at all times. If you see something that's been moving for a whole week, just think in your mind, bro, I might as well start buying some puts, or I might as well start, because the RSI usually go high. RSI be high in the mug. Like, we had 4 green day last week. You don't think that some of this stuff gonna cool off next week? That's what I'm saying. Just be patient. Let the trade come to you. You know what I mean? You don't have to rush the trade or panic or do anything. It's going to work itself out. Continue to look at your technical analysis, trust in the process, and call it a day. You know what I mean? It's going to work itself out.
Yeah. What about a little 5-minute penny stock session?
What we got on pennies, man? I see people playing on pennies, man.
I got one. I'm trying.
Yeah, that's one.
What's
up, man? Was one by Southside, man. MULN. I don't know if it's Southside or L Freak that put it down.
Yeah,
man, some usernames, man. L Freak. I don't know what your full name is, but I think it was Southside that put it down out there. MULN.
I got it. I got you, bro.
Yes, and easy penny stock has been rolling, man. I think.
Well, Southside don't tell us that he make the money, so let's start from there.
Nah, he posted.
I'm joking, bro.
This time around.
It was no free.
But listen though, on this penny stock that Southside put out is the automotive company. It was at 53 cents on the 24th of February. And the first run is the glimpse of what it's going to probably do. This is what y'all got to remember about penny stocks. They're going to show you a hand, and then it's going to go back to support, which is 75 cents. And then it's going to show you another hand towards that resistance. You trade penny stocks the same way. You just got to keep up with them, because you never know when it's going to happen. So even if I go here and show you guys that resistance, at this point, if y'all looking at my screen, I'm showing y'all this is penny stocking. Like, y'all got to remember, if a penny stock make a run, a first attempt at a resistance, and if you're not in it, just wait for it to come down. So this is your level right here. Here go the $2 resistance. Here go your 75 cent support. Here go your breakover right here. And now you see the continuation. It ran to as high as $3.21. You feel what I'm saying? You have to remember this with penny stocks. That is going to show you a little move here, and then it's going to show you a dip. But this is the dip where we got to be in on. I'll if people ask about it, I'll chart you the penny stocks and show you. But we have to be consistent on noticing that, because sometimes a penny stock go crazy and then it'll be like, oh, we ain't gonna talk about penny stock because it's coming down. Look for that retest like everything else. Everything does a retest. Everything does a retest. It don't matter if it's a penny stock, good company. That's how I found GLD. It did a retest. That's all I did.
Can you put a trend horizontal line over $3 right there, $3? I'm finna screenshot. I gotta screenshot this.
You talking about right here?
At $3,
you talking about resistance?
Not trend, but horizontal. Yeah, straight across. Resistance. Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of bounced. Hold on. Let me make it better.
Nah, not the trend line, but a resistance line.
Okay,
right
okay. I'm about to say. I see somebody writing on the screen again. God, y'all messing up.
I'm about to screenshot it.
All right, hold on. Give me a second.
I like that though. Probably pull back down to that $2. Maybe that
may just pull that down to $2. It may not hit at $2 exactly. It may stop at 222 or 220. But look, but look on a 4-hour, you see this red line crossing over the green line. That's the 8-day moving average crossing the 200-day moving average. That means it's gonna have. It got more to go.
It's actually put. Well, I don't know about this stuff, but see, put that line down. That line you got right there, the one on top. You see the support right there.
I usually want to close it right here.
There you go. There you go. Right there. Yeah.
But I put it on top of the little wick because sometimes that wick break is very important. You know what I mean? Because if I switch the time frame, you'll see it. You see that when I switch the time frame?
Man, it's so crazy how the time frames play a part. But
it plays like a part. It plays a part.
That 1 week, those 1 month charts, when you buying time on a contract, like that 1 week, that 1 month is where it's at.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, anyway, I don't want to distract us there.
No,
I put Netflix out there. I put Netflix out on the 1 week chart. If you after this one, if you want to have a look at Netflix, I don't know if anyone has any questions yet on the MULN. But
we only talked about one penny stock. I thought they want to have a couple penny stocks, but I mean, little kid.
I do got one more.
Yeah.
CSCW.
I think. I know. I mean, hold on. Let me look real quick.
Do it after Netflix. Netflix more important.
Yeah, here you
go. Go to Netflix, 1 week.
Big bullish and golfing.
If you do the trend line, you have to zoom out. Actually, do the monthly. You could do 1 month as well. You see even better. If you do the trend line there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that bottom
there
trend.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can make it sharper. Wait. I got y'all. Just chill.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you use that one, I think that's from like. If you look at the weekly, you will see. No, you pull it to.
No. I got you. I'm gonna do something real quick. This call.
Look, let him work real quick. Let him do his
I mean, let me do my job. But it does like it's gonna bounce off the trend line, and depending on.
He's already been bouncing. If you go back to the 1 week now, you will see that green engulfing you were looking at.
Yeah, bullish engulfing on the green.
Yeah, I mean, I did the 2 bottoms right there and this other one. So like the 2 ones, you see the 2 you see right there. You see like a W over there.
Yeah.
Towards your left, you will see like a W at that end. Yeah, that one there. I did those 2 supports all the way up to the recent one. You will see a nice bounce there.
Right
that one is going. They got earnings report in April. I know Netflix is not cheap, but it's moving. You gotta keep that in the back of your mind. The other one, this
hold
one.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You can't just go from 1 to 1, bro. Y'all gotta chill sometime. Let us cook a little bit. Can we cook? You
can pull on that trigger, man.
God, can we cook? All right. Here go the support and resistance for Netflix. If you guys are interested, I'm gonna make it a little bit tighter. And then put it in real quick.
But see, you gotta think, man, Netflix is a hell of a trade. I don't think a day goes by where Netflix isn't pulled up on multiple screens in my household.
Man, you know what's even funny? The reason I brought that Netflix up when I saw it, they're trying to stop the screen sharing. So now you gotta pay extra.
Yeah, you gotta pay extra money. If you got
So that's where the money is gonna come from them, because if they're struggling.
She look like grandma when she be.
It's gonna force people to get their own
Yeah, your own password now. You can't share username and password anymore.
But with Netflix, you're looking for a break about the 389.56 on the 1 month scale, and then it's a gap all the way from 504 all the way down to about $404. So that could be
then huge. I think in 3 weeks they have earnings coming as well. So if you see a pullback, we're super early. I actually put it out when it was 350. It's run by $30 last week. It's gonna pull back a little bit. Then we have earnings coming up in 3 weeks. So that's a good entry right there. If you want to do what's it called? Like a spread, because it's not cheap unless if you're playing with profit, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying it's not cheap. Netflix is not one of those ones. That's why I didn't pull out the actual play out there, because it's difficult to manage, but the play is there if you want to play or like a spread or something like that. The movie's right there.
You talking about April 19th after hours or when the earnings?
I think it's April 6th or something like that. I can't remember.
Okay, well, yeah, this showed me something different. Go back real quick, man.
I'm about to come in there.
April 19th on that
okay.
And it's on Market Chameleon. So if you're gonna do a contract, you want to buy a little time, but the expiration date of April 22nd is not super high in volume right now, which may be a good thing, but the problem is that the ask and the bid is gonna be a little bit off. So it's gonna be super expensive. But the $500 call ain't that expensive though. If you want to go that far out.
Looked at the one, Dave.
Huh?
I just looked at that same one, the 500.
Yeah, the $500 call. I'll go straight $500 call. Is leading off first. Is you know how April gonna give you a little bit of movement, and it's already got a huge gap from 404 up to about 500. I mean, I'll do a 500 and call it a day.
Yeah, but you want to buy time on those way out ones just in case. But yeah, they're changing the game now. Like you can't share password anymore. So you gotta keep that at the back of your mind. I think, and you never know. It's one of those big stocks out there. It's not cheap, but if you want to play spreads or go out.
Yeah, for sure. 460. Can we pull off a 460 above 389? You make it do a 460 above 389. That's not even a bad.
It's still gonna be expensive, man. Netflix.
No, it ain't. A 460 ain't number $72.
Oh yeah, right now.
Yeah.
When is it expired?
414. So that means but you got to think though, if it breaks above 389, the next level is 441.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got it goes.
And the best thing about it is that it hasn't broken it yet. So that means that the 450 support that where he put it at before, about 454, that may be a nice entry for that 460 or $500 call for past the earnings date. But it's bullish on the short term. So let me show y'all this right now. It's so like that's the thing about the big stocks is that you can get something super far out the money, as long as it's breaking these big resistances.
We just need to see what it does at 389 and then make a play from there.
There you go. Just see what it does at 389. Because that's the 1 month scale for 389. Now, here go to 1 week. When you break it down,
that's a nice armor right there, man.
It's a bullish engulfing on the 1 week. It's super bullish, bro. It may have a super bullish move. Why not?
What's that yellow line? Is that MA200?
Yellow line.
That yellow line right there.
About 300-day moving average.
He bounced off it, man. That's awesome.
That's why I added 300-day in there. That's a sleeper. People don't use 300-day. But 300-day is definitely
Look at that. That was what 5 days with red volume.
Yeah.
5 days.
And big bullish engulfing.
Yeah, it's going to be a good play, man.
I think it's going to be a good trade for just the 441 to be like. I think that's a great trade just to break above 389 until we get above 441, because you never know what may happen. Just pay attention to it. I say pay attention to it and set your alert, because if it breaks one, just like bro said, it does. This the last 5 days. It went from 333 all the way up to $380 in 5 days. That's $10 a day. I'm not saying it's
That's
going to
money.
do it again. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to do it again, but it's always can look forward when you're, buying these contracts. Look, the top of this green candle is 457.
Wow.
So even if you get the 460 and it breaks up and just have one good day and it breaks above 441, you can look at it to test the 459 before it come down.
See, man, that'll be crazy. Cause look, if I go by that 450 call Monday morning and that thing make it to 411, I am getting out of there.
Out of there, bro. There's nothing else to talk about. We out of there.
Hey, 30%, man. I'm telling you, 30% every day you'll be rich at the end of the year, man. If you get one of those card plays that give you big money or square, all those calls, you can keep those ones because they're affordable, right? But when you're talking about Netflix and you pay anything above 100, you want to get out quick with your profit, man.
But again, though, the ask and the bid for those is pretty off. So you're gonna have to set your ask and the bid at a reasonable price and see if somebody pick up.
Yeah, you got a low bid.
You got a low bid. But other than that, it can go crazy. It can go crazy. You just gotta be prepared for it. That's why I be seeing people posting trades. I'm happy for y'all posting trades, but that's why I be wanting to talk about it because I want to see what y'all got going on. Like I seen Alibaba make a move. I wasn't about to say. I want to see what y'all talking about. You feel me? Because Alibaba for low point, but I'm not big on Chinese right now. I don't think Chinese is ready. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Hey, David, like 2 weeks ago when we talked about NVDA, what was the first thing we said? They got an event coming up.
Yeah.
Oh
event
man,
is next week.
Look, let me speak on this. All right, so Tanisha, one of the group members, hit me up Thursday talking about a trade she was in.
Yeah,
it was a put, and we talked about it, we discussed it, we analyzed it.
Yeah,
and at this point, by Friday pre-market, I'm like, okay. All the levels I told her yesterday, they not hitting it. Pre-market is bullish, it's super green. So upon market open, they had this what was the play I was in? It was NVIDIA. It was a call 257, the 257.50. It was $44 when I hesitated. It was $69 when I got in it. Man, 1,500%. It spiked from Friday morning. So when y'all got these plays y'all in and y'all down 90%, 75%, 60%, y'all gotta look at these reversals and see what's really going on. Yeah, if you already down on it, it was a level I told her. I told her it might come back and hit like 242, and she might cut her losses on the play. But it never came back down. And you see that green candle, man.
It's a big green candle.
100% in one day.
That was huge, bro.
100%.
Yeah, we can talk about the video, man. Like what I see with the video, and that's why I tell you I set alerts. No matter what y'all do, bro, it hit 206 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Like 206 is the entry. I don't care what you do. And you only got to trade it up to 230. Everything after that is bonus. You feel what I'm saying? That's why it's very important to know where the support is at. Because NVIDIA is giving out multiple entries. Now, is that resistance right now? Is that resistance right now? You feel what I'm saying? If it breaks this resistance, bro, 280, 290 is going to be rolling in. Because everybody sees this resistance break. I don't think it's going to break resistance. That's just my opinion. But you see is that resistance. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we got to be prepared to understand, like, what happens when it gets above this. This big green candle.
The war. We got the war and shit. It's crazy how all of it plays out together. But
plays out together, man. And it's crazy how it plays out together around the same time every year. I'm telling y'all, bro. Like that's how you know. Like they sit back, like, man, let's just make an announcement around February and March, so the market can go down where we can get our prices in, and then we're gonna say, well, the war is over in June, and everybody gonna be like, oh, the market's super green, like, bro, like it's too clear. Like if you don't see this, bro, it's crazy, bro. But again, all we can lean on is technical analysis and fundamentals. Fundamentally, NVIDIA is a great company. 200 is the same area that we called it out when last year when it first broke 200. I put out the $200, the 250 call last year in September. And the whole month of October, NVIDIA ran. And I told y'all about AMD and NVIDIA around the same time. Oh, y'all telling me these prices are going to keep coming back to the same prices it was last year, October and September, and nobody's going to get it? You feel what I'm saying? Like, we got to think like that. These are the same supports from years, from, last year, year before last. That's why I told y'all AMD is never coming back below $100. We've been wanting that $100 for 2 years. Every time it comes to close to $100, we should be in an AMD car. That's just how it's supposed to go, bro, because these are big resistances that they're breaking. These are big, the resistances from years ago. Now, I mean, so I'm just letting y'all know it's a reason why 206 is crucial. Same resistance from last year, September, October. Same trades that we made from last year, October and on September. It's the same stuff over and over, nothing different. You just gotta be patient. You just gotta set your alert and wait for it. It's gonna work itself out.
Hey, one more. Well, I know we're way past time here. I don't know, David, you got a lot. One more thing. This one is expensive. I'm not gonna say too much about this one, but because it's expensive stock. Shopify. Shopify 2 months ago was 1,700. It came all the way down to 500. What has changed in Shopify as a business right now? Nothing. Nothing has changed in Shopify. Why did it come down so low? They had a bad earnings report and it came back down. Shopify is still Shopify. It's not the cheapest out there, but the discount on this Shopify, everybody uses Shopify if you're into e-commerce. Almost everybody does. So that's something you gotta keep in mind. I'm not saying go load up Shopify, but if you know how to play spreads, Shopify is not gonna be 700 when things starts to pick up again. I don't know if it's ready to go down. Maybe it was just the market reaction to FOMC that made it run, but it's not gonna be the same price as this discount here. You probably never see again unless something else happens. Maybe, I don't know, US. See that same line again?
Shopify got the same movement as Netflix.
Everything bounced on MA. Is that 300 or
300, man?
Yep.
Add it into your criteria,
everything
man.
bounced.
Add it into your criteria.
Exactly.
This the same support from February 2020.
That's what I'm talking
It's
about.
$537.
It's not gonna be this price unless
it might run
something
to
crazy
1,100 easy.
Yes. It may
hit 905, go over 905, hit 1,000, come back, retest 905, then boom, 1,100.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just play the spread on this one for like, I don't know, July or something like that. You gotta remember, Amazon and Shopify, they move together. Amazon is gonna split in July, or they have a meeting in May. So yeah, Amazon should go to 4,000. Shopify is not gonna be 700. You don't have to pay big money for the contract. The Shopify is not cheap. It's not cheap at all. You gotta do spreads. If you do spread on this one, for those that know how to play spreads, I mean, you don't have to get Shopify. There's a lot of good trades out there. Sunday session is booming. You know, we got some trades rolling as well. But if you know how to play spread on Shopify, it's one of those ones you want to just buy and don't look back and just let it sit. It's gonna come back up to at least 1,000 before it maybe goes down again. We don't know, but it's gonna.
The $1,000 call ain't number $200
for which expired.
Shopify for 414, bro.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, these are another big one.
They're not expensive. But if you're saying that the Amazon meeting is when? In May?
I think it's May or June or so. I'm not sure. They got me to decide. Is it June?
I don't know. I ain't.
Actual split.
I'm gonna just wait for to split like Amazon.
Google. Oh, Amazon. Okay.
No. Google. I told everybody getting at 2,500. Hopefully somebody grabbed it. But Amazon, I didn't even look, bro.
Amazon went up same thing by 400 in like 2 days or so.
Well, Amazon support is 2,000 and 2,000 some change. It came down about 2,800. Like right between 27 and 2,800, and then last 5 days have been spiking. They announced their split last week, and it came down. That's why I use the 1 month time frame where you can find out exactly where that support is at. And then now that it's breaking above this 3,100, next level is gonna be 33. Then after that is 35. Resistance at the top is $3,770. but we have to always use the 1 month time frame, and you'll find out where the exact bottom is, where you can be able to take advantage of it. That's why I told everybody to get Google at 2,500 because of Google having been 20. You know, that's the bottom of Google. I mean, is this the right Google? Is it Google L? Either
Yeah.
way, here go 20.
Anyone.
Here go 2,500 right here. That's why you know 2,500 is where it's supposed to be. It kept hitting off of 25 multiple times. Now we looking at resistance of 3,000. If y'all would have got Google at 2,500, boom, just straight. Especially if before the split. That's for people that like the split stuff. But I believe after the split, it's gonna drop. So you still gonna get your discount. It's not like you're gonna miss out on something. Oh, I tell it's like it don't matter if it's gonna split, getting it before or after, it don't matter. You're gonna
So
get.
I heard the reason Amazon split and it's so that more of their employees can afford shares in the company.
Man, they don't got no employees. They hired nothing but temps. They barely.
But you gotta think about it. Like these companies, they want to have market data, right? That's the key thing. That's why Tesla is chasing all these, like chasing Apple every time. The market data, you control a lot. Like Apple, for instance, they have 2 trillion or 3 trillion. Microsoft 2.9 or something like that. If you look at Google, they only got 1.9, I think, or 0.9 as a matter of fact. Amazon has only got 1.3 or something. I can't remember what the values are. Because they're too expensive, nobody's gonna buy them. But if they split to 200, 250, their market cap is gonna go up. You gotta remember, all these companies splitting shares, it's not gonna affect Amazon's productivity or performance, right? It's still the same company.
Yeah.
You know, it's still the same Google. They're not gonna reduce YouTube advertising fees because they split the shares. So they still
I
have
wouldn't be surprised if Netflix do it soon. Then if they run back up to $500, $600, I could see it. I could see $100 shares again.
I believe.
125.
If I was anybody, I'd get Amazon before Google. I get
I
Amazon.
don't know, man. Google is the internet. Amazon is like FedEx to me, in my mind.
Amazon bought MGM.
Yeah, I seen that shit. I did look. That was so thrown off for me. I didn't even know if that was real. I was like, MGM, the casino.
Amazon bought MGM.
Like the casino.
Production.
Yeah, they own all these James Bond movies, man.
Bro,
I don't know if you guys seen James Bond
bro,
movies and all that.
Sleep.
Man,
Sleep, boy. Amazon trying to take over. Amazon trying to take over, man. And they going. That's a direct competition to Netflix right now. Netflix already lost all their Marvel movies. They don't got no Marvel movies on Netflix.
Oh, speaking of Disney Plus, man. You know Disney Plus is let me it's out there, so this ain't no inside trading, but it's out there now.
Oh my god. Inside trade.
Stop recording. Just kidding, but they got they're coming up with a free version of Disney Plus now that has ads on it. So, you know, Disney Plus, you gotta pay for it now. They're coming up with a free version. So they could do because Disney Plus is ad free. They're coming up with a free version with the ads on it. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting as well. But Netflix is slowly losing a lot of these. That's why they're going.
Netflix gonna always win because they shows and TV, their movies and shows are fire. I don't know about.
Oh yeah, I mean,
they got some fire stuff over there, but they compete.
They're not growing as fast as they should be anymore because of these guys.
Yeah, because the rest of the
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Especially Disney that own HBO and own Hulu and Disney owns so much stuff, man. People don't even think about that stuff.
Moonlight, bro. Moonlight, man. Come on.
Moonlight.
10 days. Moonlight coming up on Disney Plus, man.
Oh yeah. Dog. Moon Knight,
bro.
Yeah. Moon Knight, yeah. Disney Plus about to go crazy. And they got Luke Cage and all that stuff over there now, bro. Like Disney about to go crazy, man.
Oh yeah, Disney. They probably finna get some money from that shit they just had dropped with the little teenage girls and shit called Turning Red.
Yeah. Turning Red, fire. That's a good movie. My kids love that movie, bro.
I ain't even seen it yet.
Bro, yeah, it's fire. It's fire. Turning Red is fire, bro.
I just read some Google review on it.
And Canto, man, them kids movies, man, bro. I better stop.
Always, them shits always like them kids put them shits on repeat.
Bro, they had $150 million budget for Turning Red, bro.
Wow.
Bro, they not playing. And Canto, come on, man. Nobody talking about Bruno? Man, y'all better stop playing, man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Their music is fire. They got a contract with.
We see who watches the movies in the house.
Yes, bruh. Yes.
Hey, we see who's got kids in the house.
Hey, listen. They got they signed a contract with the writer from Hamilton. That's why every song is coming out fire like that.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah, that
Man,
movie
stop
is something
playing,
else.
You
man.
probably know all the words to the song.
Yes.
I know.
My mom be
You know
laughing at
now.
me. There's a cruise commercial on the TV that I always sing.
Let me start recording because y'all about to make me go crazy. All right, y'all. Hold on. Let me